Cheers and welcome, my friends. I'm Horath and we are playing Tyranny as a noble mage. Welcome back. In the last episode, we did not only speak with the sort of the village elder, the Reeve of Leithian's Crossing, but we also gained a new companion, Sirin, the Archon of Song, over here. We leveled her up, and I had a long chat with her that you can listen to in the bonus episode, a chat with Sirin. Very interesting what she had to say. I've went ahead in between episodes and one, I sold most of our crap that we sort of were carrying with us. I took the mirrored stompers away from my character because, yes, the spell reflection is nice, but it was pushing up my recovery time to a ridiculous amount. Now we're down to 1.5 seconds, no recovery time from our armor whatsoever. I took away the gloves because they were increasing the recovery time. I really can't have that, so we'll just go with that one. Now, Sirin doesn't really have anything important to equip. But what I did is I equipped her with spells, and I equipped everyone with some spells. I gave Beric 2 healing spells over here, just some light ones that he can actually control with his rather low lore skill. She has a healing spell, and Sirin has healing spells. I mean, yeah, I might actually change that one to sort of the ranged one. She has 61 lore, which means I can upgrade the range. Yeah, that won't work then. Right, let's go for that one. 50 lore. Or does that one? No, that costs too much. Okay then. Yeah. And I've given her one of each of the other elements so that she can actually do some spell casting. And I've given myself a healing spell as well in replacing sort of the cone spell with the moonlight magic. Just because we lost Lantry and we have to replace our healer. Right, so let's get going. I also changed the formation, so Sirin is going to take second place, doing her singing and all that. Let's come up here. I just want to know what there is. Okay, there's something to plunder over here. We got a Forgebound apprentice. So the Forgebound are hanging around here.
Can't do that.
Doing something. This is the junction point for 2 waterfalls that pour over the top of the old walls. Right, what about these guys? Hello. I would check out the merchants around town. They always have something that'll catch your eye. Right. And now we sort of have the money as well to do that. So let's have a talk with these guys. Greetings, Fatebinder. Come and have a look at my wares. Good day to you. Might I interest you in all manner of provisions? Who knows what you'll run into outside of Leithian's Crossing. How about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's well. She looks at the seal for a few moments and shakes her head. Can't say I recognize it, but I don't really get into affairs outside of Leithian's Crossing unless I have to. Harkent Bronze might, though. He seems to be well-traveled. Okay, show me what you have for sale. She motions over to you. I'm sure we can find something you need. Right, she has mainly potions. 2 cores that we already know that we don't have to buy. Yeah, right, we don't need anything from you. I mean, I could go for the potion of revival, but nah. We'll make do. There's Merchant Praxis. Let's talk with him. Good day, my fine friend. Could I interest you in all manner of provisions? There's no telling what may befall you on your travels. Yeah, how about that seal? I don't recognize it, but one of the other merchants here might. Between us all, there has to be someone who has seen it in their travels. What do you have? Right. Tier Forged Bronze Great Spear. Nice spear. That might be good for Beric. Yeah, that's definitely better. More accuracy and a longer range. It's extremely expensive though. I'd rather keep my money for any sort of magical cores and stuff that I find. Okay, merchant tents are common sight in Leithian's Crossing. There's a dog. Merchant Basila, Merchant Tychus. Did we already speak with you? I don't think so. Welcome, welcome! The merchant motions you over. What can I get you for you today. Be sure to stock up before you leave. I think this is the guy that got fleeced by the Bronze Brotherhood. There's plenty of wilds between here and the Bastard City. Be sure to stock up before you leave. Okay, what about that seal? Turns it over in his hands and shakes his head. Doesn't look like any seal I've encountered. Sorry, someone else might know though. Show me what you have for sale. We'll found something you like. He has a nice bow for Verse, if we were to run with her. We don't have that though. Now, I actually found out that Lantry's Quill gives you +10 for control life. So it's actually pretty stupid to take that away from Lantry if you're using him as a mage. You want him to equip that one instead of a staff. So, Harkin Bronze. Let's talk with you. Greetings and salutations. The jolly merchant greets you with a smile and a clap on the shoulder. And welcome to Lethian's Crossing, home of the best merchant in the entirety of the tiers. He pauses and winks. That will be me. Harkin Bronze at your service, he bows. What can I do for you? Tell me something about this seal. Let's take a look, shall we? Harkin takes the seal and turns it over. When he spots the insignia, he quickly deposits it back in your hand, wipes his palm clean. Where did you get that? It came from a merchant caravan that was ransacked. Suspected as much. He mumbles and worries his brow. So far off the normal trading routes. But why there? Why then? Why now? Maybe you could start by telling me about the merchants. He refocuses on you and nods. Of course. The sigil belongs to the Handover Quill Merchant Company. His lips tighten to form a violent pucker. Well, tell me more about the Handover Quill. They were once a powerful trade organization that, well, he cups his mouth and glances around. Let's just say that you didn't want to get between them and a contract. What with Tunon's new laws in the Bastard City, the Quill slunk into the shadows of Kairos' authority, trying to keep a lower profile. If you're involved in any of their dealings, stay far away. A shipment of iron and weapons went missing. It was found with this seal in the house in Echocore Crossing. He strokes the shadow of beard growth under his chin. Suspicious, I agree. But war always has its little problems. He waves a dismissal. Doesn't add up. Now, if we can return to the subject of my wares... He smiles and readies to show you some fancy bauble. The weapons were meant for the disfavored, and the Vendrin Guard suddenly had iron weapons. The Vendrin Guard? Harkin drums his fingers on his mouth and considers. Well, this changes things. I suppose... Changes things? What does Handover Quill have to do with the Vendrin Guard? First things first. Harkin clears his throat. This will come at a price. If something unfortunate took place and my connection were traced back to me, the consequences would be costly. You know, I'm shocked to find an honest merchant like yourself engaging in illicit trade. His complexion loses some color. Illicit? Whatever do you mean? That bottle, essence of mazenberries, a deadly poison. What bottle? Harkin turns, pulling on the end of his beard. He tries to follow the direction of your gesture. There's no... Then his confusion clears, replaced by a stark understanding. Of course there's a bottle. And after you tell the authorities that I must have stashed or destroyed it, then it's your word against mine. Am I correct? Most perceptive of you. Occupational hazard. The merchant lets out a heavy sigh. I should be used to this by now. Dude, you were trying to fleece me for a thousand rings. If you breathe a word of this to anyone, I will denounce you for the liar that you are, but... Suck it, dude. He looks around to make sure there are no settlers close enough to overhear what is being said. I received instructions from Fifth Eye to use Handover Quill to deliver iron weapons to Vendrin's Well Citadel. I don't question my orders, I just follow through. I don't know anything else, and that's the truth. So, looks like the Scarlet Chorus has made sure that the Vendrin Guard was well equipped. That's a evidence against the voices of Narat. Let me see your wares. Okay, yeah. Oh, nice. Mercy. That's an exquisite... What is it? It's two-handed. A lot of crush damage on weapon crit. Foe target is pushed away, is interrupted, accelerates recovery on kill. The barbed head of this mace flashes a healthy, exuberant green whenever it makes a killing blow. That's creepy. Staff of Enigma. Superior. 9 to 10 random damage. Versus dodge. Control illusion, magic staff. That only has 0.5 seconds total. So it does a base DPS of 7. What does mine do? 6. I would have liked to buy an exquisite staff instead. Ring counter seal. Plus 10% will defense. It's a token of respectability among those with a mind for numbers. Mantle of Mirrors. Reflect 20% of incoming hostile spells back to their casters. Aha. That's an accessory. Looks very useful. Stuffed step heel straps. Of rogues. Plus 10 subterfuge. And light leather gauntlets. It has a recovery time on it though. I don't want that. Grounding Garbs. Gives 10 armor against shock. And some deflections. Materials of lightning avoidance are often donned by hilt folk during seasons of volatile weather. Right. What else do you have? Oh, you have some sigils. Sigil of Rooting. This scroll contains a magical accent which adds a rooted affliction to a force or atrophy spell. We don't have atrophy yet, but that could be nice. Bleeding contains a magical accent which adds a bleeding affliction to a spell. That's pretty cool. Let's go for that one. We already have the illusion core. Definitely buy the rooting core though, because it could always pay off to do that. Very expensive, but I'm pretty sure it's worth it. I shouldn't really throw away all my money, but I wouldn't mind getting the Staff of Enigma either. And the Bronze Dagger is also very nice. Doesn't really have a magical thing though, does it? No, it's just a good dagger. Mercy on the other hand. Crap, I need more money. And I wonder where I'll get it. That's just some heavy bronze armor. I wouldn't mind having the Mantle of Mirrors. That would be pretty cool. 20% of incoming hostile spells back to their casters. I mean, together with the shoes, I could throw back 1/3 of the spells. Would be good to put this on Barrack. It's only... No. I mean, that is nearly all the gold I have. No. I'll just go for the accents and be done with it. Trade that stuff. So, right. Thanks. Harkin's exquisite selection. So, rooted to a force or atrophy spell. And bleeding affliction. Let's see what we can do in terms of all the spells that we currently have. That doesn't really allow bleeding, it would appear. Which one does? That one? Yeah, Sigil of Bleeding. It's gonna be a very expensive spell. But having a bleeding affliction in there might not be bad. What does bleeding do? Causes raw damage over time. What other spells can have that? That? Yeah, that could take bleeding. That could take more than one aspect. The Jolt could take the bleeding. I mean, that's pretty cool, but I don't have enough lore for this. I could go for reduced accuracy or range to do more damage. That is fairly expensive though, 25. I'm actually not too happy with the fulmination because I have to get so close. What I could try to do is go for force, go for distant impact, concussive bolt, and I could throw the rooting. I can only go for one, right? So rooting. Targets cannot move, but can still attack and defend themselves. That's pretty cool in terms of crowd control and stuff. I might just go for that one instead. So less recovery, high intensity, more range, and that's about all that I can put on it. Let's assign that to the fulmination. I mean, it's a lot of damage though. It increases the shock damage that they take, but it might be better to be able to throw spells from behind. Yeah, let's keep it at that for now. Okay, so that's good. Let's save.
Will do.
Let's just get through this methodically.
Let's try not to stand out, shall we?
And slowly. Yes. Let's go in there. Oh yeah, and I should have looked into this one. Wait, where is it? So was using Harkin bronze to funnel weapons to the Venging God. I think that gives a pretty clear picture. But I'm sure we also find evidence against Graven Ash. Come on in. Well, actually, let's get to know each other first. Right, so we got a beast man or woman named Half-Mast. We got Avarista, Charitas, Roxana, Sheila, Thalys, and Balin Tur. Looks like we stumbled into the tavern of this place. So let's have a talk. Hello. Welcome to the Sword or Sheath, traveler. The robust, ruddy-faced man at the door greets you warmly. Please come in and get a load off. I'm the master of this wonderful establishment, and trust me on this one. The pleasure will be all yours. Balin is the name, but all of my friends call me Bay. He winks and holds out his hand. Would you like to be my friend? No, this is a brothel. Sorry, I mistook that one. He drops his hand when he sees your face and stands up straight, only to immediately bow to you as formally as he can. Fatebinder, what an immense pleasure it is to have you visit the Sword or Sheath. How can I be of service to you? Or rather, how can my wonderful selection of entertainers be of service to you? He makes a sweeping gesture, drawing attention to the various men and women and one beastman entertaining the happy patrons in the establishment. Tell me more about the Sword and Sheath. I can ask that because of the conquest. Now, if anyone knows about this establishment, it would be you, Fatebinder. Balin exclaims. If not for your intervention during the Brotherhood's occupation of the crossing, we wouldn't even exist. He smiles and winks. Granted, I like to think we have improved conditions a little past conscripted prostitution. Now all of my entertainers set their own prices, and I take a cut. It's good for us both. Tell me about yourself. Me? Balin's eyes widen with mock surprise. That is hardly a story worth telling, Fatebinder. I was a simple, struggling merchant, until you decided to establish this very brothel to control the Brotherhood's lustful desires. I may not be the best merchant, but I know an opportunity when I see it, so I volunteered to run the brothel. I can't sell trinkets to save my life, but people? Well, they sell themselves, don't they? He laughs. So life is good for simple old Balin, I'll tell you that. Not to say I was always swimming in cream. He smiles and winks. It was a rough start, especially with entertainers who were, for lack of a better word, forced to entertain our clients. But once people realized the money to be made, I was overwhelmed by requests to work here. You wouldn't believe the waiting list to get a shot. He elbows you your side jovially. And a lot of people want a job too. I let the entertainers set their fees, and I take a flat fee off the top of every transaction. If they up their fee past a certain point, I take a bigger cut, plus a percentage. This ensures my entertainers don't charge so much that people never return, but don't charge so little that I don't make any rings. Okay, do you have anything to eat or drink? I'd say take your pick of my beauties, but I get the feeling you actually mean you want food and drink. Balin smiles slyly. I don't have much, because that's not really why people come here, but you're welcome to peruse the menu. Okay, so you just got a couple of food items. Dude. Well, come back. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away from the sword of Sheath and its infinite pleasures. It's actually like your pleasures are just of one single kind. How much does it cost to partake? It all depends on what you're looking for and who you want to play with. Balin smiled, sweeping his hand about once again to encompass the room and its entertainers. Simply approach whomever grabs your interest and work out the details with them. But if you find it's too hard to decide, I can tell you a little about each one. The master needs to know his entertainers intimately, of course. Which of my beauties would you like to know about? Okay. What can you tell me about Caritus? Now, if it's your first time, I might suggest you start with Caritus. Balin points at the blonde man at the far side of the room. He may not be the most adventurous sort, to be sure, but what he does, he's very good at. Straightforward and to the point. You can't go wrong with Caritus. What about Evarista? Balin sighs and rolls his eyes lasciviously. I'm not sure if I said that right. Oh, Evarista. If you're looking for time with an absolutely insatiable appetite, then you want to speak to Evarista. She won't want to stop even when you're done. And as an added bonus, if you're tired and don't want to do any work, she'll do it all for you. Just lie back and let her do her job. You will not be disappointed. What's up with Half-Mast? Confidentially, I will watch out with Half-Mast. Balin gestures at the beastman by the fireplace. Don't let him charge you too much. He's been told specifically to give people a discount. See, he may not necessarily satisfy you completely, but you will definitely get your money's worth. Look at all that fur. So much to grab onto. Only beastmen available in all the tiers right here in the sword or sheath. What about Philo? Used to be a contortionist, that one did. Balin indicates the lithe, dark-skinned man at the back of the room. If you're looking for someone to hit all the right spots, he's the one for you. He leans in and says conspiratorially, if you're looking for a particularly good time, ask him to do the thing with his thumbs. He holds out his fists, thumbs up, and wiggles them around for you. You won't be able to stand for 3 hours. I'm interested in Roxana. You want to try something a little more, shall we say, outside the norm? Then sweet little Roxy is exactly what you're looking for. He points at the blonde entertainer dancing with Sheila. Beastman style, pulling the shades, splitting the river, lifting the banner. She will do it all and more. I've had more than one patron come out of her room crying with joy, having done things they never imagined. He blows Roxana a kiss and she mimes catching it and then places it somewhere up her dress, out of sight. Sheila looks interesting. Ah, Sheila. With that name, she was just destined to be a whore. Know what I mean? He laughs and claps you on the back. And if you want voluptuous, she's the lady for you. Curves, brother, curves. I'm a breast man myself, and you can't go wrong with Sheila. He looks around and lowers his voice before continuing. I know the entertainers like to tell patrons their signature moves, but if you hire her, make sure you try the Tidecaster's flow. You'll thank me afterwards. Tell me about Tellus. Ah, yes, Tellus. Tellus with the fellas. He glances at the rough-looking, muscular man speaking to a small redhead against the wall. If you're looking for something a little, shall we say, shit, why am I being discreet? He has an enormous dick. Seriously, it's gigantic. Trust me. You won't be asking, is it in? With this one. So let's just make sure that I don't take Thalys for me. Maybe Siren is interested. Balin puts an arm over your shoulder. No, I personally do not know how I could be possible, but if you find none of my suite is to your liking, I have a room available where you can help yourself out. He nods knowingly. I'm partial to that room myself. Just say the word, and I would have to set up for you. What, take the solo room? Sounds a little self-centered. No, well, actually I got stuff to do, but thanks. Well, we might want to do some investigating here. I guess that stuff will lead us into this area later. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a whole house to have some additional flavor and stuff in the world. I'm not going to do it right now though. Maybe later. I'm currently not in the mood. Although maybe then I should just take Everista and let her do the work. What about her? She's just... Oh no, that's just a normal settler, I guess. Hello. I've lost good friends to the Bane. Yeah, I can well imagine.
Huh.
Right! Hey, we found something. Nice. What did we find? Frozen Shackle. Frozen Burst. When critically hit... 15 to 23 frost damage versus dodge. Are an impediment made for short-term prisoners. The cold air and volatile magic in their forging are intended as deterrents for notably cruel guards. So, if you hit someone, then they release a burst of frost. Sounds exactly like something that our good friend Beric needs. Beric, how about a frozen shackle? I mean, the life regenerating thing is pretty fine. I wonder if I shouldn't take that one though. And I could just give the Firestone to Sirin. That is pretty useful, the 2 resolve. Because that'll drop my health otherwise. On the other hand, the regenerating pin is also super useful. I mean, it's 1% health every 6 seconds. I mean, he's gonna get hit the most, and he needs both of these. So let's do that, and then we can decide who gets the emerald pin. I mean, how's my resolve? 15, so that increases affliction duration, some endurance, world magic defense. Why is my law down? It was already at 104. If I were to do that, yeah, that drops me to 102 law, but it's actually not that bad. On the other hand, I am a Fatebinder, so why not keep the Fatebinder seal? Gonna give this to Sirin then. Sirin, yeah, have it. Get some regeneration going. Right, so let's save it. I really don't want to sneak around all the time. It's annoying. I'm not sure that I'm happy that they did keep this from Pillars of Eternity, because it actually slowed down my Pillars of Eternity experience quite a bit, sneaking everywhere. I mean, I don't have to, but I'm a greedy bastard, and I want to get everything that is hidden. That's the sort of gruesome thing that you would expect from the Scarlet Chorus, just people impaled on the entrance of the village. Because why not, eh? Why not? We can do it, so we'll do it. So what's up here? Stuff to loot, that's for certain. No people to talk to though. Merchant's boots. Yeah, they're not great. We'll take them nonetheless, but... What about these guys? What are you guys doing? Good riddance to those uptight beast rutters. Nothing but miscreants and misfits since the Sword or Sheath opened. I'd wish they shut it down. Right. No, we want that in there. There's a third tier. That goes up all the way, I guess, to the spire then. Well, let's keep on this tier for a little bit. So gain another fish, and there's another door. Let's see what's in there. Okay, I guess this won't take as long. I'm just gonna plunder your stuff because I'm a greedy bastard. And then I'll talk to you. Ooh, nice! Iron boots. I can't use them, but I can sell them. Take it. Save it. Let's see what these guys have to say. Sorry, I'm not interested in whatever you're selling. If you want to talk to someone, talk to my brother. Right. Hello. Greetings, Fatebinder. Dude, come on. Oh no, he's got nothing to say. Oh well then, I'll fag off then. Talk with someone else. Yeah, these companion combo abilities, the Fatebinder combo abilities with the Fatebinder are okay-ish, but since they always take 2 people, it's different to actually make proper use of them. What's that one? That should lead into the spire. So, what's that one? During clear mornings, the western waterfall reflects the rising sun in a beautiful display of color. This is the eastern waterfall. Though it cascades down alone, some settlers believe that the waterfalls split from a single source somewhere above the old walls. Right, I think next episode... Sorry. We'll go in there. We'll try to enter the spire maybe. And we'll continue to look through Lethean's Crossing. I think we are 2/3 through. I would like to activate the spire. But I have to end it here. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so I can improve. Also, tell me in the comments who you would prefer in the sword or sheath. So maybe we could make that some sort of a vote. Who we actually want to be with. So let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more of this, please consider subscribing. I hope you join me next time. Thanks and bye bye.